Hello, Flame community. This is Jeff Kyle with the Flame Learning Channel. In the previous video on the batch paint improvements for Flame 2024, we went over the interface updates, and in this video we'll be talking about how to save your default preset settings and what's changed with the Consolidate Paint Strokes feature. In Batch Paint, you're able to use presets displayed above the mode and blending area of the screen to quickly save and recall different paint settings: your mode, your brush size, your offset amount, and the rest of your brush settings. In previous versions of Flame, these presets would only persist in the node in which they were created, and when you would bring out a new paint node, you would have to start the process of setting your brushes and settings over again. This can be a little painful if you're working on a high volume of shots that requires a handful of specific paint tools. Some artists found themselves saving a preset paint node into their user bin as a workaround, but now there's a better way. With Flame 2024, the paint node comes with a familiar preference in the node prefs called Set Current as Default. You might recognize this from Action, the Image node, and the GMass Tracer node as the way you can save your currently set settings as the default state of the node. As you can see here, I've set up a few presets that I'd like to save. Number 1 is set to Recursive Clone with a strong brush. Number 2 is set to Recursive Clone with a much softer brush. Number 3 is set to Reveal. Number 4 is set to Drag. Number 5 is set to Color. And number 6 is set to Erase. Now I'll just head over to the Node Prefs tab, click the Set Current as Default button, and now whenever I bring out a new paint node, it will come all set up with the settings I just defined. The next topic is a feature called Consolidate. Consolidate is a way to group multiple strokes that are painted in succession when you don't alter characteristics like the brush you use or the brush size. While it has good intentions, over the years many users have reported that in some cases, Consolidate hurt more than it helped, and it caused certain paint modes to not behave the way that they were intended. With this in mind, with the Flame 2024 release, Consolidate no longer applies to Drag, Reveal, Clone, and Recursive Clone. Whether Consolidate is turned on or off, it has no effect when using these 4 paint modes. To demonstrate this change, let's take a look at the drag brush. I'll drag a bit of this ocean inward and then drag that inward ocean in another direction. In previous versions of Flame, that second drag stroke would not have continued the ocean color over, but now, regardless of Consolidate's status, drag behaves as if Consolidate is turned off, which is closer to how that mode is intended to be used. For the modes that do work with Consolidate, note that Consolidate's status is saved on a per brush preset basis, so if you want to turn it off, be sure to do so when you first set up your preset. The default behavior of the Consolidate setting is controlled in the Flame Preferences under the Tools and Timeline Effects tab. Under Paint, there is a button to turn Consolidate on or off by default. If you like these videos and you're finding them helpful, please subscribe to the Flame Learning Channel and click the bell to stay notified about new content. Feel free to comment any questions or suggestions below. Until next time, thanks a bunch for watching.